asked Damien to hold this for me. It's about 20 years ago. I was told I had Parkinson's, and I really could not even make my feet move. When I was on the ground, I couldn't get up. I became very fearful. So let's talk about fear and how that does things to you that is really irrational, and how it upsets your life, and how it makes you even more fearful. Well, one day, after having all these results, I had Parkinson's. I called on Parkinson's Association, and I'm a counsellor, therapist, and I'm reaching out for help to someone else. Anyhow, this woman turns up on my doorstep from Parkinson's, and she says to me, "Hey, before I come in, down the road there is a man that raped me many years ago." I invited her in, and I went into counselling mode. By the time she'd left, I thought to myself, hey, she's supposed to be here for me, not me for her. But never mind, I seemed to have helped her out, and that was all good, so I didn't mind that. But what it did to me was waking me up as to just how fear can get control of you, and who was going to help me but me. And how was I going to help me? I was going to gain knowledge. I was frightened to speak up. Now I speak up, and I can't stop speaking up, and my husband can't stop me. Anyone who's scared to speak up, just get a breath. Just speak up. So anyhow, I want to go over a few things. What's happening in this country right now? We've got increased surveillance. Look, I've got all this written down here, but I'm not going to read it out. We've got increased surveillance. The police have bought new CCTV live videos, cameras, and they're going to go right across Auckland. You're all going to be surveilled a lot more. And whilst talking about the police, my friend said to me this morning he had a call from the police for no reason at all, just to check to see if he was okay. I know this police officer because I used to work for victim support, so I know how they work. So anyhow, I said, well, how did that go? And I said, how did he manipulate you? He said he wanted to know who was violent in our crowd that goes to rallies. So, anyhow, since March last year, the police have had a non-emergency 105 number where you can knock your neighbours into the police if you break COVID restrictions. So that's how they're going. So the other thing is, the other day I read Stats New Zealand, unemployment gone down. What a load of rubbish. All the stats are being manipulated because I'll tell you what they're doing. They've changed their modelling. What they're doing is they're counting all those stats that are actually seen as unemployed, that haven't, those ones within a 4-week period that haven't been looking for work are no longer counted as unemployed. They are segregating the numbers. So you believe that the economy is really doing well, and Jacinda Ardern has said the economy is really doing well. And what about that? While she's distracting us with COVID-19, what about what's really going on?
Yeah.
22,000 or more households on the housing waiting list. 4,000 children who are in temporary accommodation in motels. They can never form secure relationships with friends. And I went down Queen Street yesterday, all the people sleeping on the damn street in crowded conditions, and it's all got a lot worse. So all of this stuff is just being hidden while she's got your attention on COVID-19, because it's got a damn sight worse since she's been in government. Mental health. 2018 she said it was failing. It was a total failure. It takes some time to and are worse than torture chambers. And they're in intensive care, mental health patients being left to sleep there, nurses being worried about it, afraid. And that's what's happening in our country. And now, what have we got? We've got Andrew Little rewriting the Official Information Act. How do you find out what's going on with the government? You go through the Official Information Act. Oh, very cunning, isn't it? So we won't know what the government's doing. The other thing is, they're changing the RMA, Resource Management Act. Now that means that the government can control, the government and the eco organisations and iwi can choose how farmers do and what they do on their land. They can't do what they like on their own land. And then we've got the Three Waters Reform Plan. The Three Waters Reform Plan, where all the councils are giving up their assets and liabilities and giving them to the government to partner with iwi to control all your water in New Zealand. Every bit of it. Do you trust the damn government? But I don't. No. So anyhow, you think about this. Think about food. You cannot produce food without water. Water is our darkest right. It falls from the sky. Okay? So controlling water. Think of controlling food because you need water to produce food. Well, whoever